Open up. All right, all right. Good. We are started. LDBC.
Yes.
This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison, with Denise Kielholtz here. And you're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison comments. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Oh, hold on. I got an echo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No more. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, we got some people already in the live stream. We got Denise Kielholtz here. She's here this morning. Man, Denise,
Hi, good morning.
good morning. Yes, yes, yes. So Denise, you're getting ready for Christmas over there, right?
Yes, yes, 2 days and then it's Christmas. Yeah.
Okay, okay. 2 days and then it's Christmas. I hear you. I hear you. And a shout out to George Page and shout out to Mary. You know, those guys are already in the live stream. Big fans. They've been waiting. So yeah, they've been waiting for a while. So she's finally here. So Denise, you are fresh off of victory versus Jessica Middleton. Man,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
an impressive victory. So Jessica, hey, take us back through that fight, because I saw it, but I actually want to hear from your perspective.
Well, yeah, the fight went well, of course. Win for me with the armbar. And yeah, it was a good fight. It was a good opponent, and yeah, I felt really good. I have so many nervous. I was so nervous that I never have that before. So yeah, it was really good. The fight went good, and of course, a win for me is always good.
Yeah, so win for you is good because you love to win. You love to
Yeah,
win.
I love to win.
That's great. That's great. So I mean, now I know after that victory, I mean, do you feel like, oh man, I'm ready for the next person that's ready to step foot in the octagon or the ring with me? I mean, were you just ultra
Yeah, it
excited?
was the whole experience from it is a whole different game, like the training camp, the cage, everything that was so different than my kickbox career. And after that, I step out the cage and I told my trainer, okay, we start doing this. And I told also to Bellator, this is not one time. I want to go further in it. And yeah, it was like you get addicted to something. And now we're back in training and ready for next year.
So you addicted to fighting?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I can tell you're addicted because I watch a whole lot of your training videos, and it's like you training 24/7. So when do you even have time to even just let your body rest for a minute? Because it seems like you're always going.
Yeah, it's you know what it is. Training for me is like my rest. If I don't train, then I don't feel I have too much energy to just sit still and do nothing. So training is for me like yeah, like recap, like my rest, like my yeah, that gives me inspiration. And like I said, I always want to be better. I always want to be stronger, and that's something that I do every day, and that's why I want to train. No, I don't want to sit still.
Okay. Yeah, well, I can't blame you for not sitting still, because if you sit still, then all that great talent that you got to go dormant, and we can't have
Yeah,
you
thank
losing.
you.
So Denise, is your next
No,
bout?
no.
She said no. Hey, listen, is your next bout gonna be in the octagon, or are you gonna be kickboxing?
No, my next fight is in the octagon again, so we can continue with this training camp, and then next year you're gonna see me in the octagon again.
Okay. All right. So I can't wait to see you in the octagon. That's gonna be incredible. Um, who do you think your team who is your team eyeing for you?
Well, I have, of course, my trainer Musit from Musit Gym. He's my stand-up trainer and my kickbox trainer for a long time, and we never ever lost a fight together. So yeah, he's my number one coach, like with everything. I have my strength and condition coach, Michel van Haldra. He was also there with me in my last fight in Israel. Then I have my ground trainer, and that's Bert Kops. I train at Kops Gym with Team Musashi. And also with Bob Schrijber is also one of the coaches that I train on the ground with. So I have a whole team, and of course Team Gerges, my husband that I also train with, and with my cousins Ashraf Gerges. So I have a whole team that support me in everything.
Okay. Now, your husband, he's actually got a bout coming up too, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Is it
He
gonna be
is.
is it gonna be televised so we can see it? Because if y'all training together, it'd be nice to see the other part of the duo, because you guys are a team. It'd be nice to see him train, fight too. I would
Yes.
love to see him fight.
Well, the 3rd of March you can see him fight.
Okay, March 3rd. And what telecast is it gonna be on?
Well, it's Glory Kickboxing. He's fighting against Badr Hari, and it's here in Holland, in Rotterdam, and I think it's going to be a really, really big show here. Here in Holland, everybody talks about it and knows it. So, yeah, I think this is going to be the fight of the year for 2018.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely got to check it out, and I have to find it because I'm subscribed to a lot of different fight channels. So I see all the fights. I see every last one. And we caught your fight too.
Okay.
We caught the one versus Jessica. I mean, just about every fight that you're in, they either televise or they have them on archive. But I'm glad that this one was televised so people could actually see what you can do in like real live action. I mean, have you gotten a lot of positive responses now? Now that you're back home, have a lot of people been coming up to you saying, Denise, I mean, you're spectacular. You're spectacular.
Yeah, I had really a lot of comments on this fight, and also before because before some people say, oh, that's another kickboxer that comes to MMA, and what's she doing here, and she already lost one fight. So before the fight, a lot of people say things that they don't really have the support that they know that I'm gonna win, So and after this fight, everybody just turn on and they say, "Whoa, that you won like that as a kickboxer," and they show a lot of respect. So I really appreciate all the good comments after my fight.
Yeah, you do. You got a lot of support there. You got a lot of support. Hey, are there any fighters over there that we would know that that help you prepare for these fights?
Yeah, like I said, I had also from Team Musashi. I had a lot of support, and at Bert Kops he's in Holland the best wrestle trainer from whole Holland, and he have also a lot of experience. And I train with his team, and yeah, all the guys they support me so much, and they really learned me a lot, and I really appreciate that because yeah, a lot of time and also a lot of hard work because you just two or I think no, it was like 1.5 week before the fight I cut my elbow with I cut my eyebrow with the elbow, so in sparring. So yeah, it was a hard training camp, but yeah, it deserves all of it, and everybody was so supportive and really wanted me to win and give me that feeling that I gonna win. So yeah, it was a really good training camp.
Okay. Yeah, Denise, you've had a lot of good training camps. You've had a lot because it seems like, since and I know you say I didn't lose. So I'm not gonna say it. But since your first MMA bout, I'm gonna say that. Since your first MMA bout, you can see like the
Yeah.
changes in your whole game. I mean, everything. And you fought a tough opponent. Jessica is no slouch. I mean, she's a very tough opponent. She's had more MMA bouts than you. and you went in, and
Yeah.
I mean, you dictated the pace. Like you completely dictated the pace of the fight, I thought. Um, and
Yeah.
you kicked her a few times, and she didn't even want to engage you. So, I mean, was that? Did you guys like were your coaches telling you, hey, if you hit her real hard, she's gonna, like fold up. She's not gonna want to engage you.
Yes, yes, for sure. Because I studied her fight, and every fight she was stand up. She was really tough. So all the her opponents wanted with her to the ground, but I was before I went to this fight, I was not afraid to go with her stand up. To fight with her stand up. So I yeah, I was prepared for everything, and yeah, we noticed, or we for sure she want to go with me on the ground. That was something that I think she don't studied really good, because yeah, I also can do something on the ground. So it's not only my stand-up game, but I can also, I have my black belt judo. So it's not something that I know nothing about. And yeah, I think that she underestimated that a little bit, and that's why she want to go with me on the ground. But that's why took the judo throw and took her to the ground. So yeah, it was something that was not really like planned before, but yeah, it went good, and the win for me, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I guess she thought that you were smaller, you were the smaller fighter. She thought that she could actually bully you, but it didn't work. And speaking of judo, I want to ask you this. I've heard Chael Sonnen say that judo is just like a horrible thing to do in MMA. It's like one of the weakest disciplines in MMA as far as ground. This is what Chael Sonnen said. What I mean, what exactly would you think about that? Because it looks like your judo it did fine to me.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I think that judo is not the weakest in martial arts, the weakest sport, but I think it's just a small part of the whole ground game, because I also noticed that with my judo background, it's just like 10% what I know on the ground from all the ground techniques. So it's not something that judo is really like the big head lead on the ground game, because in Brazilian jiu-jitsu you have so much more technique that you cannot do with judo. So yeah, it's just a small part, but I think it's a really strong part, because I started when I was 9, and yeah, I have my black belt judo, and that's also something why I go to MMA. It's not something that I don't know about. I have my the first thing I started was judo, so I have my basic techniques to go on the ground, and also to stand up. So yeah, the basic techniques are the judo things, and I think that's why judo is really strong, because it's basic, but it's really strong.
Wow. Okay, I'm glad you broke it down that way because I didn't feel like judo was the worst form. I thought it was a good form and it works for a lot of people. So thank you for really
Yeah.
explaining that. How they gonna explain this? She did. Well, okay, we got a question for you, Denise.
Yeah.
A good question for you. A subscriber, a commenter named Vujin. He asked. He said, "Listen, do you already know who you fight next?"
No, no, no. I don't know who I fight next. I only know when and where, but I cannot say something about that. But it's yeah, I don't know an opponent yet, so I still waiting for that. And but you know what I said, I'm ready for wherever, and I just train and I go for my own straight. So who they put me in front, I don't care. It's gonna be my night again.
I love it, Denise. Guys, I have Denise Kielholtz here, and the confidence that you exude, it's really contagious. It's contagious. Like your confidence is contagious. And one day I'm just waiting on like to hear this big speech from you about how to have confidence. Like honestly, it's really contagious. When I interviewed you the first time, I really took away a lot from that interview. That you're a person that you are determined, and nothing stands in your way. You don't let anything stop you from your destination. I took a lot out of that interview, and I even go back and listen to points of that interview to apply to my own self when I'm trying to do stuff. So guys, you've got the best, okay?
Wow.
You've got the best. You've got the best sitting right here online, guys. Go tell your friends. I mean, please, we've got who she's about to be a legend, period. She's already a legend in kickboxing. I mean, your name is known. Have you ever
Thank
Googled your name
you.
before? Have you ever took your name and Googled your name just to see, like, what's out there about you?
No, I didn't do that for a long time. But
I did.
yeah, I will do it later maybe. See Okay, okay, you did.
Yeah, just check it out and see. I'm telling you. And when you Google your name and stuff just pop up, that's a person that's going places and that's doing a lot of things. And I look at, and I want to talk about some of your kickboxing. I want to talk about that. Um, the best fight that I saw you fight, okay, the best, and to me. Now I know you got your favorite, but my favorite is when you fought Tiffany Van Soest. I mean, that was my favorite fight of yours because she was a very, very, very tough opponent, extremely tough, and she, I mean, she brought it, but you went in there and you took care of business. Hey, you think you can take us and everybody listening back to that fight?
Of course, of course. I Tiffany, I think she's not one of the strongest and the toughest fighters I fought, but she is for sure the smartest fighters that I fought, and I think that's more important at this level. It's more difficult to fight a smarter fighter than a tough or a strong fighter because um, yeah, she noticed everything. She's a really in her game. She's not really dangerous, but she's really smart in everything what she does. So yeah, when I go back to this fight, it was my title defense in Fusion, and training camp went really well, and I know that I fight at that moment. She was also the number one in the world, so yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight, and of course the win for me, and that's the most important thing for me to do. I was not really glad about my own performance because I always think that I can do better. But there were some things that was also in my mind, and I think that's why I could fight a little bit better. But yeah, it was a win for me, and that's the most important thing. So
Now, I just heard you drop a gem, about the smart fighter versus the tough fighter. I mean, you just dropped a gem right now. So, in your opinion, who is it more difficult to face? Like the person that's got the high ring IQ or the person that's just physically dangerous?
no, like a high IQ, it's everybody in this sport can be strong, or but you see also at the highest level are more the smartest fighters. Everybody can go in, put their hands up, put the gloves on, and just fight uh, like a gladiator. Everybody can do that, but to see what your opponent can do, and to read your opponent and to react on that's a smart fighter, and that is something that's more difficult that somebody just come there and just put the gloves on and just fight, and just for example, go there and just want to knock you out. Everybody wants to knock each other out, but there's two different fighters. There's a smart fighter, just notice you as a fighter, notice what you can do and react on that. On just go there with no thoughts, no mind, no game plan, and just want to kill you. So, and I think that the first fighter is more difficult to fight to than someone who comes there and just want to kill you, with no thoughts.
Yeah, and you have a majority of your opponents that really they try to kill you, but they just can't. They just can't do it. They've tried. You know,
No.
I've seen opponents that come at you full speed. I've seen opponents that try to, pick you apart. I've seen opponents try to fight you dirty, and they never come out on top. You always get the upper hand. Um, so when you're definitely engaged in these battles, what is one thing that you keep in your mind when you're in there in that octagon? Because it is a dangerous environment, or the ring. It's a dangerous environment, and people don't really get the validity of just how dangerous it is. Like what's the first, like, what's going through your mind? Like, I guess when you're sizing your opponent up and you're in front of your opponent and you're about to figure out your plan of attack.
Well, it's what goes to my mind is all the hard work I put in, and that I wanted so much more than she is, and that I'm so much stronger than she is, and I'm so much smarter than she is. I'm faster than she is. I just think in my mind, and my self-confidence just grow, when I see my opponents, because sometimes I look at in their eyes and then I see already something weakness, and that makes me stronger. And at that point, I know what I can do. I know what I am capable of. I know where I'm strong in, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to show that to my opponent that you are not stronger or faster or smarter than me, but I am.
Yeah, yeah, you have a speed advantage, and I actually want to talk. And I'm not making fun of your height. I wouldn't do that. But a lot of your opponents, they have more range than you. They're taller. So Denise, could you take us through, like, how do you manage to really subdue these opponents that's got more range on you and that's taller?
Well, I'm just used to that. When I was when I just was 9 years old and I did judo, I always have long my opponents were always longer than me, so I just used to that. And I see it not as a weakness. I see it just as my strongest point, as a as an advantage that I'm smaller, because I know how I can fight a longer person, and I know what I can do. Because yeah, I don't see it as something that's really bad that my opponents are always longer. I see it something that, yeah, it's for me it's more advantage.
But the way you close the distance, Miss Kielholtz, the way you close the distance on those rangy opponents, like, they can't use the range to their advantage because you shut it down. I'm talking about you shut it
Yeah,
down. You shut
yeah,
it down. They can't do anything.
yeah.
They can't.
No, 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 no. And that's also something that I have a really, really smart trainer, Musit Akram, and he just, if he see my opponents, he already have a game plan like this, and we train on that. And even if he's not there, we train on that, and I still do that. So yeah, I also have a trainer who reads fights like a book, So that's also something that makes me also really strong.
Okay. Well, Denise, you got a couple of comments. Mr. Joe Johnson said, Denise, congrats on your victory. Somebody else, they watched the fight. Congrats. And then I think
Thank
you got a
you,
brand new.
thank you.
She said thank you, Joe. Come on. She said thank you. Show us some love. And then you got another favorite fan, Woodjin. He said, okay, and this is a good question. He says, um, you're gaining experience in Bellator right now, but he wants to know is, do you plan on fighting in the UFC?
That's something that people just ask me a lot about, but I really think, and that's not something that I because I am a Bellator fighter, but I see that for me it's important, not especially the brand where I fight. It's about how the brand is, and Bellator is really like a family. They treat you like a fighter. They respect you like a fighter and not like a product. And I think that that's why I'm really, really glad that I'm in Bellator, and that's why I really want to continue my career in Bellator. So I don't think about UFC or other organizations. Now at this point, I really think that Bellator is the best fight organization for me, and they treat me so fine that I see them as a family, So I don't think about other organizations. I only see myself in Bellator, and that's why I feel really good in it and confident in it. And with this organization, I think for me is now the best option.
Okay, and guys, y'all heard it. Denise is a straight shooter. She not playing. She not lying to y'all. She telling you just what it is. Okay, and I know
Yeah,
Scott Coker. Scott Coker, he's definitely in there. He's there for the fighters. And actually, I even
for sure.
I emailed him a couple of times just to ask him some questions about some of the Bellator bouts and about getting credentials one day. He immediately he answers his emails. He's quick about emails. Like that's one thing that he does. And so I thought this guy is an important guy. He's doing all this work, but he has time to take time and answer my email. That it says a lot about the individual. So I believe everything you're saying
Yeah,
about him. And about the organization.
yeah.
And
I also.
okay, so
Yeah,
so you
me
definitely
too. Me
talked to
too.
Scott. See Scott
Yeah,
Scott
yeah,
Coker. So Scott, you got to give it a big
yeah.
fight,
Scott
Scott.
Coker.
All right, Scott. All right, don't trip on one of these. Hey, Scott, don't trip and give it a big fight, Scott. Hey, she giving you praise, Scott. She praising you. Okay, now you got
Yeah.
there's a lot of women in your division. There's a lot, and for the people that don't know, tell everybody what division, what weight class do you fight in?
I fly in the flyweight division till 125 pounds, and yeah, the flyweight division. So
Oh man, you got a Leah Lane McFarlane in that division. Oh wow.
yes,
Okay, Denise. I know for a fact that you and your team, you've already thought about a game plan for that fight if it happens in the future.
for
You got
sure, for sure. It's not that I want to brag about. Yeah, I want to fight Lima LA because I really respect her and I think that she really deserved that title. And this whole division, this whole flyweight division, is really a strong division. And I think that we just focus on any fight that comes. And maybe in the future they give me the fight against her, or maybe she's not the champion at that moment. But I just ready for wherever, just focus on my own, And every fight is for me a title fight because I for sure I want that win as bad as a title. So yeah, I just train like I have a title fight. So I'm just ready for whatever and just comes with everyone they know. And she's now at this point the champion, and maybe later this year she isn't. We don't know, but yeah, we will see. And I still have a dream, and the dream is I have now the blue belt, but how amazing it will be if I have also a red belt. So that's something that's also a really like a big dream, and maybe that comes true. It all
now
depends on me.
yeah, it definitely it depends on you because hey, if it depends on you, that means you're gonna have 6 or 7 titles. I mean, it's crazy because the way you approach stuff, your ethic is just incredible. Now Woodgen, he is not. Hey, you gotta. I'm telling this guy's your number one fan right now in all of on God's green earth. I think he's it. He's saying, look, he said, I would love to see you give and I keep it PG-13, but a behind whooping to Paige Van Zant in a different organization. He because last night we had a podcast and we were talking about different organizations actually fighting each other. It's crazy. He said he would love to see you beat up Paige Van Zant.
For sure I want to fight her. I know I already see where she have her weakness. So if they bring me that fight, I will fight her for sure.
Spoken like a true professional. She know where the weakness is at. Now, I mean, are you gonna tell us, or is it something that you got to keep secret?
It's not something that I have no respect for, but if I have to be honest, it's not that Paige Van Sant is really the greatest fighter of all times. She I think that she is a good fighter, but she's for sure not the greatest and not the toughest, and also not the smartest fighter. So yeah, if I notice fighters, for sure I notice so much more better fighters than she is. So yeah, for all the respect, but in my eyes, she's not the greatest fighter in this division, and yeah, so I'm not really impressed by her performance.
Well, she can't beat you, right?
No, for sure not.
I love it. I love it. I was waiting on it. No, she can't beat me. And you said that with some
No,
like authority, like wow, that's
no,
incredible.
no, no, no.
So Denise,
Yeah,
you got so many women in your division. You got Emily Ducote, okay? You got her. She just had a title fight. I mean, you got Bruna.
yeah,
You got Alex. No, I'm sorry, you don't
yeah.
have Alexis Dufresne. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Um, you have Aleah Lane McFarlane. You have Lisa Blaine. Lisa Blaine did well in her fight. She did terrific. You got some Bellator. I'm impressed with the level of competition that they have in this organization. So they're gonna match you up pretty
It
good.
is,
But
it is.
I wonder though. I wonder who would they match you up with? That's what everybody want to know. Who are they gonna match you up with? Because you don't seem to care who they match you up with.
No, no, no. I really don't care who they put me against to. For me, it's just important. Like I know my strength and I know what I can do. And yeah, I'm also a smart fighter. So they put me against someone who wants to go on the ground, or they want to put me against someone who just like to stand up. I notice my fighters, my opponents. I read them and I just train for them. So I just ready forever. For me, I don't care.
Somehow, I just got this feeling that you and your husband and your whole team, y'all just looked at every last fight on the planet, and then y'all have a training day. Okay, let's train for Aaliyah Lane McFarlane today. Oh, let's train for Emily Ducote. Oh, let's train.
No, no, for sure it's not like that. It's what I said. I know my strength, and that's why we trained up. It's not that I scheduled my training for my opponents. It's something that I know my strength and I know what I can do, and that's how we train. It's not that yeah, we train for that opponent, or we train for her. No, I train for myself, and the rest is behind me, and the rest is in front of me. So for sure it's not that they they influence my training or something. My training is for me and not for them.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, she said it. So you running things. I mean, you pretty much running things. You telling them, hey, fall back. Wow.
Yeah, it's yeah, I say yeah, it's my night, so I train for my night, and it's not my night with, no, it's just my night that evening, and that's what I trained for.
Okay. Well, hey, anybody can understand that. It's your night, and you had a lot of your nights that it wasn't the other person's night. It was always your night because you won. You won. That's just how it is. Hey,
Thank God.
yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you. I mean, I actually, what? Even before you started doing MMA, I was always following you anyway. And I do like a series, and you're actually, I'm doing like 3 film studies right now, and I'm doing one on you as well. So it's kind of crazy that we talking, but film study breaking down like because I was talking to you about the size discrepancy. Like I'm actually going in and looking at how you actually do it. Like how do you neutralize a taller opponent? Because you are an expert at neutralizing these opponents. I mean, you're an expert at it, and it's not something that you just do by luck. It's a skill that you possess that allows you to do it. Because I've seen people, right around your same size and weight, they can't neutralize tall opponents. They can't do it. They're
Yeah,
stifled by the jab, but nobody's jab bothers you. I mean, you have a way like you use your own jab and you set up a lot of stuff, and then you can get into that mid range. And man, once you're in that range, you see the 3-punch combinations. I mean, boy, it's a work of art watching you fight. But you're also not just a volume puncher, but girl, you got some serious technique. I mean, and you sit down
Yeah,
on a lot of
thank
your
you.
punches.
Thank you.
Incredible. But
Thank
now
you.
I got to ask you about this. And this is one guy named Noe Trevino wants to ask you, what are your thoughts about trash talk?
Um, I know that I think that you can trash talk, and of course, if you fight some opponent, you have some thoughts in your mind about your opponent. But I think you always have to be respectful. Not that you go too far in it. I think there's a line between trash talk and really not respectful. And like Conor McGregor, I love to see when he go on his trash talk and how he influence his opponents with his talk and with his how he does and how he walks and everything. I love to see that, but for sure I will never do that. And yeah, I think some people can do that and some people are cannot do that. They go just too far over the line. And yeah, trash talk, you can do that, but just stay in the line, not to be disrespectful to your opponent, because yeah, we are all in the same sport, and we all know what we have to do to stand there. So I think it's not a good point to be unrespectful for your opponent, because I always have respect for my opponents.
Yeah, yeah, you do. I really, I'll give you that. You have a lot of respect after the fight. After the fight, you do because you hug them, but during the
Yes.
fight, I don't know. I don't know if you respect them too much because you beating them to death, and it's just, yeah. I mean, I guess you respect them so much that you love them, so you hit them, and you hit those you love. So those opponents, you love them all. I'm just, I'm just.
Love is a big thing, but it's a big word, but I respect them.
Oh no. Okay, I got it. I got it. Hey, it's good that you respect them. So, what's the funniest thing that somebody has ever said to you during trash talk?
Um, I think when I was in my the beginning of my career, um, I just fight a girl, and it was her hometown, and it was her gym and everything. And I stand on the catwalk, and then somebody in the audience from her just yell at me, haha, you gonna beat this little girl up, she's nothing. And then that's the one thing. I think that was my fifth fight of my in the beginning of my career. And then I go in the ring, and then I beat that girl so hard up that her coach threw the towel in the ring. And I only smiled to that person who said to me, yeah, that little girl, you're gonna beat her up because she's nothing. And that was the one thing that it was not really like trash talk, but it was so disrespectful that I thought, okay, who are you? You're just sitting in the audience and say that to me. And after that, I have so good feeling that her coach threw the towel in the ring, and that they stopped the fight because I beat her up. And I just smiled at that person, and that was the only thing that I really remember, that what really, what tricks me. But like trash talk or somebody say something rude to me, that's never been said. That was really um annoys me a lot. So
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So when people don't trash talk you, you hurt them pretty bad. Gosh, I would hate to see what you would do if somebody really made you upset doing trash talk. Wow. And but Denise, like, do people when you see random people and they come up to you and you tell them, like they've never even seen you fight, and you tell them, yeah, I'm a fighter. Do you get this look like you're a fighter? Like you fight?
yes.
Because
No, they really don't know. Sometimes if um if me and my husband Hesty, if we walk into the city, but for now they really know that I'm also a fighter. But before they see, yeah, some people say, yeah, they are fighters, and then they say to Hesty, oh yeah, he's a fighter, and that is his wife. And but they really don't notice that I'm also a fighter. And also when Hesty say, yeah, my wife is also a fighter, And then in the first thought, they think, okay, what kind of wife he has, like a yeah, like a little guy, and then he show them a picture of me, and then they really don't notice that, or they don't believe that I'm also a fighter. So for sure, I have a lot of comments, and people don't believe that I'm a fighter, but for sure I am.
The first fight that I saw you, the first fight that I ever saw you fight, okay? And this is kind of crazy for me. The very first fight, I watched you, and I'm remembering all this stuff from the top of my head. I remember I watched you fight Iona Wyman. I watched that fight. No. Lindsay Haycraft. Lindsay Haycraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lindsay Haycraft. That's the first fight. And I looked, I said, wait a minute. Nah. No. Come on. This can she really fight? But then, when I did a search of your name and then all this stuff pop up, even during that fight, I'm like, okay, maybe she can fight. And then I see you go into that fight and you completely just beat the wheels off of Lindsay Haycraft. And I'm like, okay, she can fight. Oh yeah, she can definitely fight. And there was no point in the fight where Lindsay did anything. You just, I mean, you were hitting her with all kind of combinations and kicks, and I'm like, what, man? What is this? What is this girl made out of? Like, because it was a good fight, and then I was hooked. Like I've been following you ever since, and every time they televise one of your kickboxing, every time they televise kickboxing, I always made sure that I found out that when you were fighting to watch. So I've been a fan a while, but man, when I saw that fight, I was like, yeah. And you were even younger than you are now, because you're still young now,
Yes,
but you were younger,
yes, yes. I think I was like 19, I think, or 20, something like that. Yeah, I was really young.
Wow. 19 and beating up on grown women. Grown women, you beating them up at 19. Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into I want to ask you now. So, are you ever going to return to kickboxing, or is it now all
For
MMA?
sure, because no, I do both because I still have the title, and what I say, that title that goes nowhere as long as I'm in this division. So I still gonna do both. do kickboxing and I do MMA, and yeah, I'm still the world champion kickboxing, the flyweight in the flyweight division, and that's gonna be like that, So. I think that after this MMA fight, I'm gonna do kickboxing again to defending my title. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do both.
Okay, so you're gonna defend that Bellator title. Good grief! Who is the number one contender for your
Yeah.
title in kickboxing?
Um, it's I don't know have one name that particular is the number one contender. I just fight who they want me to fight, and I don't have really one girl that is really really good. It's that really stick out of the whole group. So yeah, it's not something that I want to fight one particular girl, but you have a lot, and we will see who's next.
Okay, so we're gonna see who's next. I love it. You're all business. There is no in between. You're a business. I'm almost getting this feeling like you thinking about who you want to beat up, and it's good. It's good though. Uh, okay. Somebody in the comment section asked you this. A really strange question. What is your zodiac sign? Huh. Okay. And that's by Kareem Spirit Works. What it, what is your zodiac sign?
What's what does it mean?
Okay, Kareem, there's your answer. She don't know what a zodiac sign is, so I guess that question's not gonna happen. Now it means like I guess here in America, maybe they don't do that over in the Netherlands, but you have a zodiac sign like a Taurus, Gemini, Sagittarius. It might just be an American thing. Like it depends on your
I think
birthday.
so.
Like
Oh, like oh, I already know what it is. It's like yeah, like I know what you mean, but I'm like yeah, how you say a ram?
Oh,
I'm the goat with the horns, you know.
a
It was
Sagittarius.
I don't know
Uh,
how you say it in English, but I know what you mean. But I'm from March 1989, and March 30. So yeah, it's like here in Holland you have the really strong goat with the horns on the head. I don't know how it calls in English, but a ram.
a ram. I think that's the Sagittarius. I think you're Sagittarius. Oh no, Capricorn. A Capricorn. That's what it is. Thanks, Vujin, your new favorite fan. He's called that out. Niece, this guy can read your mind.
Oh,
This is
okay.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah, this guy can read your
Oh,
mind.
thank you.
She said, "Thank you, Vujin. You got a thank you from the legendary, and I'm gonna say legendary. I'm already speaking that
Yeah.
into existence. Denise Kielholtz, guys. That's who we have on the line right now, and she's definitely talking it up, and this is great. Um, and one guy says you do have it in Europe. There, you're not savages over there, so that's great. Okay, you come from a country, okay, where you have a lot of great fighters. Like you got Jarena Jojo Bars, you got Jermaine Durandame. Do you ever come in contact with any of those top fighters?
Yes, for sure. I also trained with them, and also Yurina Baar. She is also a Bellator fighter. So yeah, I think that also next year we're gonna train together. We're gonna spar together. So yeah, we contact also here in Holland with each other.
Wow. So what's it like training with Urena? I've interviewed her a few times, but what is it like training with her?
I don't know. I never trained with her before, but
Oh,
I heard that she also gonna train at Bert Kops at the gym where I trained, and I also she contacted me that I also train there and I spar there, and she also looking for some sparring partners. So I think next year we're gonna train together, but in before we never trained together.
okay. But man, she is a special. I mean, she's a good fighter. She's very good, and
For
she's been
sure,
yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot that both of y'all can take out of that training session. There's a lot that y'all can do.
for sure, for sure. Yes, for sure. She I think she's one of the greatest fighters in all female fighters. She's so strong, and it doesn't matter who opponent she has. She just takes everything, and every situation. She go there by herself to Australia and fight some girl in a ring. She has really yeah, how you say it, for a man, she have really balls to fight there.
Yeah, yeah, she got some balls, and she did it. So
Yeah.
so with that being said, I can see now. Okay, so you do laugh sometimes. Yeah, I like it. That's great. That's great. Yeah, see, that's what you got to relax a little bit. Now, so you get
Yeah.
in. So do you spar with people that's Urena size all the time?
Yes, for sure. Where I spar, I train at Musa Gym, and I'm there the only woman who train there, and that's why I like my trainer. He don't see me as a girl that fights and a little bit pets, and just don't be too hard on her. In my training, my sparring partners there are so much tougher than my own fight. So yeah, that's what I think. That's also something that makes me stronger, because I know in the gym they don't treat me like a woman. They see me as one of the guys, and they also spar with me like one of the guys. So that's something that really makes me stronger as a fighter. That my trainer doesn't see me as, oh, be kind to her, because she don't have to go hard on her, or be careful or something. No, he just throw me in the deep and fight like a lion. So yeah, that's really something that makes me stronger here.
Okay. Dang. So you're in there like sparring it out with men. I mean, grown men. So how much do these men outweigh you by?
Sorry,
So
how
yeah, like
much?
how much do these men outweigh you by?
Oh, okay. It's I think there are just like 65 till 80, something like that. Yeah,
Oh, okay, wow.
so 80
That's
kilograms. Yeah,
80. You're sparring people that's 80 kilograms?
and I think sometimes they are much heavier than 80 kilograms. Yeah, we have a lot.
Have you ever gotten hurt like sparring somebody that big?
No, no, not really like hurt. Like sometimes people ask me, "Oh, you have something in your face from a fight," but for sure, I never have something special in my face from a fight. But I have something special from training. That's what I had. But that's why I hurt the most. So no, yeah, sometimes it's hard, but that's what makes me stronger. And that makes me stronger in every fight. And yeah, I like that. I don't want to be a special treatment because I am a girl.
Okay. So you want these guys to come at you full force, and that's what they do. And wow. So
For
okay, we
sure.
have we have a really good question. Joe Johnson asked. He said, "Hey, are you using?" And let me get the question. Hold on, get the right question here. He says, "Are you using? Do you use speed and technique against the range fighters?" Wow, good question.
Yes, for sure, because I also have a condition trainer, Michel van Halderen, and we trained a lot on my speed to be more faster, to be more stronger, and for sure we train on that. And in every fight, I want to be faster. And sometimes I see some of the weakest thing of my opponents is they are always much slower than me. So that's something that's my strong my yeah, some of my advantages. That I'm much faster than the most of my opponents are. So yeah, for sure we work a lot on that in my training.
Wow, incredible. Incredible. And comment section, please make sure you keep your responses very respectful. Denise is, spending her time getting here, doing this, so please be respectful. And she's also, very happily married, so please keep your comments respectful. If they're not respectful,
Yeah, for sure, because he's here,
he
huh?
is chilling, man.
He's just chilling. He just heard everything and he's just chilling here next to me.
I'm watching your fight, man. I'm watching your fight. I'm going to watch your fight. That's just how it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Actually, I saw his last fight too. I saw his last fight. So yeah, I'm a fan because
Yeah.
you told me you guys are like a fighting family. You told me you guys are like a fight family. So like, how was that commit? Like when you and
Yes,
your
we
husband,
are.
when you and your husband y'all go to the gym, like what is there certain things that only you and him work on in the gym, like or do you guys just like I'm gonna work over here and you work over there, or I mean, please tell me a day at the gym with you and I want to say his name right. You got to help me out
Hesty.
because I pronounce your last name.
Hesty.
Okay, yes, Hesty.
Hestic.
Hestick.
Hesty.
Okay, is Hestick or is it
Yeah.
Hesty?
Hesty.
Okay, great. Sorry, Hesty. So, what's a typical day at the gym with you and Hesty?
Well, typical day he have a whole different program than me because he's a heavyweight. And yeah, we go to the gym, but if I have to be honest, we go to the gym and we see after training we see each other again because in training we have not the same schedule, so we do different things. And if we are in training, we are both in our own world. So it's not that we just hold each other's hands and we train together. No, it's in the gym is the gym, and that's that's where we have both of us a goal, and it's not something that we are as a couple and we train together and we kiss each other and we hold each other's hands. No, in the gym is the gym, and we have our own thing, we have our own schedule, and that's what we do. And after training, then we see each other again, and then we talk about our training or something. But in the gym, we almost don't notice each other. So we train together, but also with a whole different, with two different things to do.
You and your husband, y'all are stone cold. Y'all are stone cold. Like both of y'all are stone cold. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. Because like most husband and wife teams, if they go into the gym, they could be arguing about something, that happened at home, and then they kind of looking at each other crazy in the gym. But you guys don't even. Y'all just train. Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah,
You guys
yeah.
just train. Y'all are fighting family, and that's how you tell me you're a fighting family. So what is what is the biggest like thrill that you get out of really putting in all that work? Because this is hard work. Because it's gonna set up my next question for you. What's the biggest thrill that you get in doing those training camps? Because they're brutal.
The win after the training camp, that's my biggest credit that I take. It's for me, it's so important. It's the fight is just an how you say it, an hoe zeg je evaluatie? Evaluation of your training camp, you know. Um, because in your fight you see, was your training camp good, can you just work more on that, or you just work more on that, or just that was just right. And I think that the fight is my biggest credit that I take from the training camp, because yeah, of course a win for me is always a good thing, but for me it's also important how I win. Sometimes people say, hey, you won, why you are not happy? No, because I see that on this point I can work more harder than on this point. And that's also something that my husband has, because sometimes I won my fight, but then I go to the locker room and I just cried because I don't see that I fight good, in my eyes. I won the fight, but I can do so much better. And that's why I cannot be always happy about my win. But yeah, that's also something that makes me stronger. I'm not thinking that I'm always there, that I don't have to train anymore because I'm already really good and I'm really strong. No, I always thinking to be better, and that's why I think that every fight is just an evaluation of my training camp, and that is really what is my where I put my strain in.
Wow. Okay. All right. So and we got another good question here in the I mean, I can tell, you are just a different breed. Really, I see that. Maybe you'll write a book one day. I mean, who knows? Maybe, you know, maybe people can read your
Who
routine.
knows? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
For
I mean,
sure, maybe.
because I'm sure the average person would like to
You
know
never
your.
know.
I mean, Denise, it'd be great because the average Joe Blow would love to know your routine. What makes you so successful? Because it's not, you just didn't wake up and, oh, you're successful. No, you have a routine that you're doing that works.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm one of those people. I'll read it. I'll read it in a minute. Uh, okay.
Uh,
We got a question here, and Vujin, your new favorite friend. Wow, yeah, I'm telling you, you have resonated with this individual. Okay, he's asking you some great questions. He said
okay.
he wants to know, do you know who Valentina Shevchenko is, and what do you think about the bullet?
Yes, for sure. I know who she is, and I think she's one of the. She's also what I said. She's a strong fighter, but she's also a really smart fighter, and that's what makes her so dangerous. And I think that because now she's gonna fight in the flyweight division at UFC, and I think that she could be the new champion in it because she's a really, really good fighter.
Wow, y'all heard that? Okay, wait a minute. Now, this is a true professional. She know her stuff. She's never wrong,
Yeah,
and she always
for
wins. So I
sure.
know. She predicted Valentina to be the new champion, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, I love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Valentina's
for
incredible.
sure.
Well, that's good. That's a
Yeah,
good
she
assessment.
is.
That's a great
Yeah,
assessment.
she is.
So I gotta ask you this, because this has been a trending topic. Okay, Joanna Jacek and Paige. I'm sorry, Joanna Jacek and Rose Namajunas. Okay,
Yes.
do you think
Yeah.
Joanna Jacek tapped out, or do you think that it was something of an accident? Because she said she didn't. She said she didn't tap out. I mean, I'm asking your opinion on the fight because I'm sure you probably saw the fight.
Of sure. Yeah, for sure. I saw the fight. You know, what's really strange before this whole thing, you see, you see that Rose was so much more focused on the fight than Johanna did, and I think that that was the thing why she lost that fight because you see Rose was so focused and Johanna she was whole in a different world of of so much more. She do so much things besides her fights. Like small things. She just entered the ring and she watched Rose and she did like this. That she was totally not focused on this fight, and I think that she underestimates Rose because Rose was extra motivated and extra focused, and she was you see in her eyes she had one goal, and that was to win that fight. And Johanna was so much more. She had so much more things that she did only from this fight. And you see also in that's why I think that she lost the fight, because I don't think that Rose was is a better fighter than Johanna is, because I still think that Johanna is really one of the greatest fighters at the whole woman division. But I think at that night and that moment you see no focus in Johanna her eyes. You see only the things besides the cage. And that's why she lost herself, and that's why Rose won that fight, because she was extra focused. So it was not something that Rose is the better fighter or Rose, but it was because they are both real good fighters. But Rose was so much more focused, and that's why she won.
So let me ask you this then, since you just broke it down beautifully, guys. Look, nobody is gonna give you these nuggets like Denise Kielholtz, guys. Y'all got a treat. I don't understand. You know, okay, folks. She gave y'all some great nuggets, but now here's the question: what do you think happens in the rematch between those two?
I think that the rematch, because I really like Johanna her style, but I'm also after this fight a really fan of Rose. But I think that this is a wake up call for Johanna. If you are a champion, don't think that you can fly. And that's why she lost that fight, because the universe told her assigned, okay, please calm down, go to the ground again, train hard, stay focused on winning and not on the things beside the cage. And I think that's why she have a wake up call now, and I think that now she is awake, and she noticed that she can lose a fight because she's not God. And now she's gonna train really hard, and I think we're gonna see now a whole different Johanna than the last fight. So I think that she's gonna take that belt back. She's gonna get that belt back.
Denise, I feel like I'm in church. I'm just waiting on you to say amen. Okay, I'm waiting on you to say amen because you preach, 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 preach. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good breakdown. Incredible, incredible breakdown. Wow. So I mean, yeah. So so maybe she will get it together. Maybe she will. Maybe she'll get it, or I don't know. Maybe Rose might have the mental. Yeah, who knows? Um, it's an
Yeah, you
intriguing.
never know.
it's MMA. It's an intriguing series. I mean, it is. So so now, okay. I know you're not gonna. I know you're saying, "Hey, I'm just gonna fight whoever they put in front of me. Whoever they put in front of me." 'Cause I want to get back to you again, but I just have to know, okay? If
Yeah.
if they put, let's say if they put maybe I don't know, if they put Emily Decote at your front desk, would you
Yeah.
actually be happy about that fight?
For sure. For sure, I will be happy about that. For sure.
Because see, it'll be done to me for me to ask you about Elaine McFarlane because I know that that's your goal. That's your overall goal. So I get that. But man, you got so many different people on the way to the top. So many different people. Like, you know, what about Vega Arteta? You know, she's pretty impressive. You know, Lisa Blaine. You know, 2-0.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it is.
so now let me ask you. Let's just okay. Let me just do this. What if Lisa? Let's say if she's your opponent. What kind of strengths and weaknesses do you see in Lisa?
Um, Lisa, you can. Who's Lisa again?
Lisa Blaine.
I still don't know every name. Who she fight against?
So you don't know him. You just beat him. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I really don't really know every name in this division.
Okay. Well, she's in your division and she just had a very impressive win. Lisa Blaine did. Okay.
Against?
She fought against. Oh, I forgot the young lady name. She fought against. The woman's name is on the top of my head. So I'm doing all this from the top of the dome. She fought against. Crap. I don't know. I think it was. Was it? Oof. I can't remember. It's gonna come back to me. Or somebody in the comment section will
Okay.
give me an assist. They'll give me an assist. I'm sure they will. But
Okay.
I know because I watched the fight, and it's kind of crazy. I watched the fight, but I watched so many fights, Denise. It's crazy because I'm always doing film study and breaking fighters down. Um,
Yeah.
it's gonna come back. I promise. She fought it, but she fought it a recent Bella. Oh, okay. She fought against God, a Filipino girl, Anna Ulatin. That's who she fought against.
I yes, I remember. Yeah, it was the boxing girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
She
yeah. She's
fought
from the
against
Philippines.
the girl. Yeah, 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 and the opponent of that girl. You mean?
Yeah, yeah. Her
Is
opponent.
that
Yeah.
Lisa?
Yep, that's her opponent. It's Lisa Blaine.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Now I remember that fight. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
If they put me against her, I'm not really impressed by her performance. So
Oh,
yeah, let's do that.
oh,
For
oh,
sure.
oh, God, Lay. Denise, Denise, guys, Denise is not. She's not playing. She is raw.
No. No, no,
Denise,
but if I'm really have to be honest, I think that every girl in this division is really good, but it's not that I'm really impressed by any of those girls. They have their own strengths and they have their own power, and they are really good in what they can do, but it's not something that I'm really like, whoa, who's she? That's I don't have like the wow factor of any particular girl in this division. So yeah, I'm just ready for whatever.
wow, always prepared. Always prepared. Oh
Always
man,
prepare. Always
wow.
prepare.
So you didn't mean it like it. So you're not really meaning it disrespect. Like you're saying it to the point. Like, look, it's nothing that I haven't seen, and it's nothing I haven't seen before. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I say I have respect for all fighters, and I think they are all really good. But it's not something that I think that I'm really really like impressed of a fighter. That's something that I don't have in this division. So yeah, I just know my own thing, and I still think I work on my own thing, and that's the most important thing. And who they put me in front. it's yeah, that's I go for my own strength, so it's not something that I think, "Oh, no, don't put me against that girl." I don't have any of those girls that I think that I'm really impressed of. I only have one woman that I'm really impressed of, and that's Lucia Rijker, and she's the only woman fighter in that I'm really impressed with, and the rest of them are just fighters that I respect that I have respect for.
Lucia Riker is a legend. Oh, Denise, you're my favorite fighter now. You were like you were up in the top. Now you're my favorite fighter. You mentioned Lucia. You
Thank
mentioned
you.
the goat, and you just got a great comment. Somebody says, Denise, you need to do MMA commentary. I completely agree with that.
Oh, maybe one day. You never
Okay.
know.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's after the book because after the book get written, listen, people got to read it. They got to read it because guys, I'm talking to Denise Kielholtz. I'm talking to her, and guys, look, this woman has been through a lot of fights. She's well respected in where she lives. She's very well known, and folks, she's live right here. Denise, I'm not gonna hold you too much longer, but I do want to ask you a few more
Okay.
questions. But man, okay, so I want to ask you. We've been getting all the fighters' opinion on this fight. Okay, Chris Cyborg versus Holly Holm. Okay, first of all, tell me who do you think wins this particular fight, and then tell me how do you think they're gonna win it.
Well, I think that there are so much they are so not the same. Like Holly Holm, she's really like a smart fighter. How she fought against Ronda Rousey. That's how she just read Ronda Rousey and she won that fight easily. And I think that Cyborg is really the fighter that comes there, have not really like a game plan and just want to destroy her opponent. But I think the big difference between this fight is that Cyborg has so much history of in her career that she don't have really the respect that she deserved, that I think that she deserved, because she's really a good fighter. And with this fight, she really can earn that respect from all the world, and that makes her in this fight, I think, the better fighter, because she's like a machine. She just train every day so hard. She comes there, destroy her opponent, and that's it. Holly Holm is really a smart fighter. She see everything, but I think that in her heart, that Cyborg has a bigger fighter heart, and that's how she gonna win this fight, because with this fight, she really can show everyone that she also can beat up a fighter like Holly Holm, that is, I think, one of her biggest opponents. So she has so much more to how you say it, to prove to anyone, and that's with that proof that she has to the whole world that she also can beat a girl like Holly Holm. That makes her, I think, that night the better fighter. So if a smarter fighter, I think that's Holly Holm. The bigger fighter heart has Cyborg, and that's how she gonna win. So I
Wow.
think Cyborg.
Okay. Wow. You probably you've made a segment of Holly Holm fans upset. Like these guys now, they probably,
Sorry.
hey, she keep it real. These guys, they probably, yeah, Denise is awesome. But as soon as you said that, oh, they said, damn, Denise, why did you say this? That's okay though. That's okay. Keep it real. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, and
I'm glad you said it.
yeah, it is. Like I said, sometimes a smart fighter is really tough, and that's why she is the biggest opponent for Cyborg. But I think Cyborg has um, so much to prove in this fight, and I think that with her determination and her strength, that she has really really no thoughts in her mind to lose that fight. So Yeah, and for sure, I really think that Cyborg deserves a win and a good win because she works so hard and I think she has so much shit that everyone is talking about her, and
Yeah.
that's why I think that she really deserves to win this fight.
Wow. Yeah, Denise, I concur. I'd really support Cyborg a lot here, because I know that some of the stuff that she's had to endure, like the name calling, the bullying, no respect. There are people now who still they don't respect her resume, And I said, well, and I tell people, listen, she fought Marloes Conan. That's a trailblazer. Okay, Marloes Conan is a trailblazer. She's well known, and she fought, Chris Cyborg fought Marloes when Marloes was like on a 5 or 6 fight win streak, and Marloes lost
Yeah,
and demanded that she fight Cyborg again. She fought Gina Carano, who was undefeated.
yeah,
And she fought another trailblazer. Now Tanya was past her prime, but she fought Tanya Evinger, she fought Porto, she fought Gomez, and all of these people, they were good fighters at the time. So
yeah, yeah. And she still don't have that respect from everyone that she deserves, And I know that she was that people say that she was she had a tough time with the drug stacks, and that's something. But yeah, she comes back. She's not a fighter that, okay, I didn't pass the drug test, now I stop because I only can fight with these drugs in it. But she proved that without the drugs, without just with hard training and with her mind that she wants to win, she's still here and she's still there and she's now a champion. And I think that she's a deserved champion, because she never stopped, and she had so many shit. I just watch her documentary that she lost the weight, and really I have tears in my eyes how I see that's how she cut weight, and I think that everyone that say bad stuff about her, watch that documentary, because then you have so much respect what you have to do for only one fight, how your body just so weak and so just don't want anymore, just 1 kilo, and then you're shaking and you cannot stand on your feet again. I think that's so much respect how she just go with that situation, and how she's still here and still is a champion. So yeah, I think that people underestimate how Cyborg is, and she is really a legend also in our sport and for women MMA. And I think that she deserves so much more respect that she gets.
Denise Kielholtz, guys, dropped a bomb. She dropped a bomb of knowledge, and on weight cuts, because people don't really understand the weight cuts. Like it's a very frustrating process, and it's difficult, at times, because you have
It
to
is.
cut weight. And for you, Denise, you like to eat you told me you like to eat cookies, and you like to eat the little
For
sweets.
sure.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
and it gets tough when you want to eat a piece of that chocolate cake or those chocolate chip cookies. That
It is.
yeah,
It is.
and I will not,
But still, I don't have to lose weight like that, It's not I cannot eat cookies or something, but it's not how I see how she drops weight. Then my weight cut is nothing in area compared to her weight cutting, So yeah, I have so much respect for people like that who cut weight like that only for a fight. It's such a punishment for your whole body. And yeah, that's how you see that fighters is a tough sport, tough
yeah,
job.
tough job, man. I love it. And then you got your husband giving you the assist. Hey,
Yeah.
Denise, before you before your next fight, do you think there's any way, because my broadcast partner will be back, any way that you and your husband both can talk to me and Eric? Like, I would love to talk to y'all together, because y'all are a team. I don't even know. Well, I think you know that y'all a team. Y'all a team. I would love the next time I
We
talk to
are.
you. I would love to talk to the team. Like, I would love to do that. If
For
he
sure.
would do it. I don't know. He
Of
seemed like he's
course. I would ask him, Hesty, would you like to have a talk with us? When he asked.
Um, I preferably do it, when I guess when your next fight gets announced and you kind of start strategizing the game plan. Then it'd be great to talk to him about what he's doing because you guys are a team. I can tell you're a team, and I love
Yeah.
the husband and wife combinations because and I wish I'd have been thinking like, dude, okay, he was right there on the couch the whole time. It's like, okay, but I would love to do it. Next time because you don't know when your next fight is, right?
Yes, I know it's in April.
Okay, so can we
Yeah.
maybe in a few months from now, maybe we talk you, me, Hesty, Eric, and I would just
Yeah.
oh man, that's incredible. So I get to talk to
Yeah.
two talented fighters on what that is.
For
You can't beat
sure.
it.
For
You can't
sure.
beat
We can
it.
do that. We can
Okay.
do that.
Okay. That'll be phenomenal. That'll be phenomenal. Well, you know what? I'm not going to
Okay.
keep you any longer. I know you stayed here, for about an hour and a half, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Denise, is there
Thank you.
anything else that you want to say, you want to cover, you want that you think fans need to know? I mean, anything.
Um, no, it's nothing something that I want to tell. I only want to wish everyone a happy Christmas and a good New Year. And I really hope that in 2018 that any dreams that you have or any thoughts that you have and any problems with family, problems with friends, or you just have goals, go for it. And I think that I hope that everyone's wishes come true in 2018, and I wish all the best for everyone. So only love and respect.
Yeah, and love and respect, and all you Holly Holm fans that got mad, don't thumb the video down. Thumb it up. Thumb it up. Thumb it up because Denise is a star. She's a future star in the sport, and probably in about 12 months, I'm telling you, she's known over in the Netherlands, but wait, America. She's gonna be well known because she's going up right through that Bellator ranking. She's gonna take that title, and nobody, and the coach means
For
nobody's gonna
sure,
stop her.
for
Nobody's
sure.
stopping her. She already
No,
said it.
no, no, no,
But
no.
yes.
And the 16th, the 13th of January, we going to LA to watch the Bellator show fight in Los Angeles. So I'm also really looking forward to go to Los Angeles this January and to see the big show. So that's also something that I really look forward to.
Okay. So guys, Denise she's gonna be in Los Angeles. If you live out in that area, Denise, hey, you think you'll sign some autographs for some people?
For sure, no
Okay.
problem.
Now, don't come at Denise with a piece of paper, okay? No, no, no. You better have a photograph of Denise, okay? Make it worthwhile. Have a photograph ready of Denise, and give her the photograph and let her sign, okay? And then too, you better be taking a selfie, and you better take a selfie with Denise, and you better take. And if Hesty's there, you better take one with him, and then you post that and spread it around because you know what, Denise is gonna get love on this particular channel. She's gonna get love. I'm gonna keep promoting, talking about her because she's the future.
Thank you, thank you,
You're welcome,
thank
guys.
you really much. Thank you,
And
thank
guys,
you.
on behalf of Miss Dynamite, and that's her name, Miss Dynamite. Miss Dynamite. And real quick, tell these fans how you got the word dynamite, and we're gonna sign off.
Sorry, how?
How did you get the name Dynamite for some
How
of the
we?
fans that don't know?
Oh, yeah. Well, the some years ago, someone in the audience just no, some interviewer, some reporter. He told me, yeah, if you are fighting, you're just like a dynamite. You just explode in the ring, and you are totally a different person than beside the ring. And then when somebody told me, hey, what's really cool to call you Miss Dynamite because you are also like a normal girl besides the ring and like Dynamite in the ring. So that's how they give me that nickname, Miss Dynamite.
Wow, incredible. So somebody else picked up on it that she explosive, and I think you probably mean because you are very explosive, extremely explosive. So Awesome, awesome, awesome work, awesome job. You know, much appreciative to really hang out with you this morning. Definitely let you get back to your
Thank
day,
you.
and you know, and tell your husband,
Thank you.
awesome. I can't wait to talk to him. I'm excited, and I'm gonna be nervous talking to him for the
Okay, I
first
will
time
tell him.
because you know he's a good fighter.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna talk together. That will
Oh,
be a really nice conversation.
okay, I can't wait. Well, okay, guys. This is Coach Shelton Harrison. We are signing off. Thank you to Denise for showing up this morning.
Thank
Thank
you,
you to
guys. Thank you.
and thank you to Denise's husband. Hey guys, we're signing off.